handle it.
Yep. It's live now.
And now I can see you. Now I've got good eyes on you in the corner of my screen and letting me know that you too have opened up this stream. And that's how you get the watch hours, friends. We had a question. So good idea. Crazy Kid said, don't just dress for success, dress for the atmosphere, the climate you're trying to create on your channel. So if you're doing an easy breezy vibe, then try to dress like that. If you're doing something formalized or you're trying to do something, then that might be a different level of dress. But it's comfy casual over here because we're just doing YouTube content creation amongst content creators or those who might be hoping to become a content creator. Shop Talk is also a good way to connect, collaborate, get some of your questions asked, get some clarifications if you are thinking about starting a YouTube channel. And if you are thinking about starting a YouTube channel, definitely drop down in those comments and let us know, because this is a safe space for content creators or soon to be content creators to connect, collaborate, and to grow. We had a question from Allison, and I want to pop that up on the screen, and Crazy Kid and I will try to walk you through that. The question was, how do you set up a membership as a content creator? And Crazy Kid, I'll yield to you first. Otherwise, I'll take it and you can bring up the rear.
First, you have to reach full or you have to reach the minimum monetization, which is 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours.
And that's called partial monetization.
That's called YouTube Lite, really. Okay. And that opens up your money button down on your chat. That opens up memberships. That opens up everything but the ads that get played. Okay. And then there's a spot in your YouTube page where you go to the monetization, and then it shows you can turn these things on or off. Personally, I got mine shut off. I've got like 2,800 subscribers, almost 2,900 subscribers, and I got mine shut off for the main fact that some people, they feel really generous and donate a bunch of memberships, and they go out to everybody that's subscribed. Okay, there's it randomizes on everybody in your subscriber list. Now, I've had problems with people trolling me, and I'm like, I really don't want them to have free access to content that is made for the people who are really fans of my channel. Yeah. So I shut mine off.
Okay. So we're hearing the perspective of Crazy Kid as a content creator who had met those requirements for partial monetization with 500 subscribers of 3,000 watch hours. So he was eligible to open up memberships, and you just toggle it open. It's a yes or no as a content creator if you want to do it. Crazy Kid says he opened it up and then he closed it down. Yep. Go over that again. I just want to make sure folks hear that perspective, Crazy Kid.
Why I turned it off?
Yes.
Or how to turn it, or how to do it all.
Why you turned it off?
For a while, when I first got monetized, there was a few people making videos about me in a negative light, and I was like, they subscribed to my channel just so that they could chat into my live streams. And I don't want a person like that ruining the space that people are paying membership fees for. So I was like, I don't want to deal with that. So I set up a Patreon for that kind of monetizing a membership-based audience. So there's other ways you can do it other than just in YouTube.
Okay. And so I've heard of Patreon before. In fact, I know some channels who are substantially bigger than my channel who use Patreon for their memberships. And so thank you for adding that perspective. Y'all, that's what we do on Shop Talk. We just talk a shop. And today, episode 16 of Shop Talk is all about giving you some tips so that you will have success when you go live. And Allison asked the question, and because I know that Allison Mapp is a content creator, check out Allison Mapp's channel. She asked the question, and let me put it back up on the screen for us. That question was, how do you set up a membership, your memberships as a content creator? So the thing of it is, you do have to set them up once you meet the 500 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours gained in a year, gained from your live streams and your long format videos. They do not count the watch hours from shorts towards the partial, even full monetization, unless you get 10 million. And so we all know that spiel. So with that being said, how do you set up your memberships? It's all up to you as a content creator. Yeah. As Crazy Kid said, you can choose to turn it on, and some people have. I originally, when y'all, I have been partially monetized for a few weeks now, and I only turned on the memberships last week. Right? I think I have had memberships for about a week and a half now. So this is like the second week of my memberships, if I'm not mistaken. And so because I did not intend to turn on the memberships, but then I said, now Kendy K, you learn by doing. I'm a visual learner. I learn by doing. I've been reading so much about memberships. I wanted to do it right. I didn't want to have to keep making changes to my memberships and all of that. So I said, you know what? I think the best thing for me at this point is to open up memberships, but you can have 6 however many levels of memberships that you want. I know at least 6 different levels at different price points if you so desire. But I said, well, since I'm mostly using this as a learning space, I am going to do one level of membership at one price point because I know that I have so much more to still learn about YouTube, about monetization, and about memberships. So with that in mind, I didn't want to say membership to Kendy K all day is $9.99 a month. No, I said I'm going to do 99 cents because I want to give you something of value. And so I do have members only live streams. I did that this morning. And I've had several of those members only live streams. I've created videos about my founding members of Kendy K's crew, and it's crew with a K. That's the name of my membership, is Kendy K's crew. Y'all, let the good times roll. Let the good times roll. And I invite you all to join Kendy K's crew for that price of 99 cents. You simply click on the join button and it'll walk you through the steps. But you price it at whatever levels you want to price it at. You, in fact, get to kind of choose what features are available at each level. Now, conceivably, the more you pay for your membership, the more you should get, the more things the member would get from that. So keep that in mind. And if you enter a membership at a lower price point, but my members are getting full access to Kendy K and all that Kendy K has available because I have just the one single membership. Crazy Kid started with memberships and then decided not so much for me.
No, I didn't even start them.
Oh, you didn't even turn it on at all?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Great perspective. Again, your channel, your way. Your channel, your way. My channel, my way. And Crazy Kid said he's now using Patreon so that he can continue to build a community on his channel. So I encourage you, Patreon is similar to StreamYard for live streaming purposes. You can use the free version through the YouTube app to live stream, or you can use a StreamYard, which I'm using to power this stream today. And Crazy Kid, there is a free membership process through YouTube. That is what I'm using. A Crazy Kid is using a Patreon. And that is a just an external, but it is still adjacent to YouTube and it works with YouTube. I see so many YouTubers who are using Patreon.
Yeah. Yeah. Having the price point at like $1, that invites a lot of people in. Okay, that'll get you used to having the basically when you open up the memberships. Now all of a sudden you have two channels. You have your open channel, which is right here, and then you have your um, paywall channel, which is the memberships, and it works exactly the same way with Patreon. The only difference is you're better off having a like making up like a dummy account just to house your videos to play on Patreon. Whereas on YouTube, you just put it all in the same ones. You just unlist the ones that are for members only.
Yes. And that is one thing that I love about I again, all of this is new, which is why I was going to wait and hold off to I said I'm going to do everything when I reach full monetization. And I kind of did that as a way to protect my own peace. I said, I'm just going to wait until I have reached the 4,000 watch hours for full monetization. I'll do everything at once, including opening up the memberships. But then I thought better of it. I said, wow, you probably need to take this in steps. And one of the proposed steps is to go ahead and open up your memberships and start building your community and strengthening that community. And y'all go ahead. If you're thinking about joining and becoming a member, a paid member of Kendy K's crew, you can do it and become a founding member of Kendy K's crew for the low price of 99 cents. And y'all, tomorrow, July 31, y'all, you will be a part of the Prize Patrol. You will get a special invitation to the Prize Patrol, and that's something Kendy K will do every month for paid members. And prizes with an S will be given out, including cash prizes. So many prizes are going down, and I think they're all great prizes. I hope you enjoy them. And because it's with my sincere thank you to everyone who has purchased a membership. And you're right, Crazy Kid. We have, in fact, had Gemini Diva 79 gifted 5 memberships to Kendy K's crew. And y'all, even if you have a gift membership, remember it is good for 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
As a free membership, you are still eligible for Kendy K's Prize Patrol. We're letting the good times roll for Kendy K's crew. Now, if you do have a paid membership, I'm going to give you some extra entries to get prizes tomorrow during the Prize Patrol. So y'all look forward to that. Look for those thumbnails so that you can be a part of that experience. People are saying hello to Gemini Diva and to everyone. Y'all don't forget to drop your channel link in the chat. That's what we do. We are here talking shop, learning to collaborate and grow our channels. Y'all welcome our co-host. The Crazy Kid is my co-host for the day, and he is gaining watch hours on his channel. So thank you all so much for joining us. I'm going to go ahead and put our content back up because we want to stay focused here. We're looking at the last few tips. Tip number 6, the Crazy Kid, I'll let you take that one first.
Now, this is kind of a fun one for me. They call it YouTube because you are the creator. You are the audience. So be yourself. There is no way that you should carbon copy somebody else's channel and actually think that it's your own. Be yourself. Do things in your own way. Like, take for me example. There's all kinds of reaction channels out there that they don't watch the video before they do the reaction on it. I say, no, I ain't doing that. I'm doing something different. I'm going to do this my way. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be myself. I want to make sure that the content that I'm going to present on my channel is something that I'm willing to stand behind and promote. And the same goes for you. It's something that you should feel comfortable promoting 100%. It's got to be part of you. That's why we call it YouTube. But that's my complete take about being yourself. Just don't try to be somebody else, because the more you try to be somebody else, the less of you remains.
Absolutely, crazy kid. I fully agree with you, friend. YouTube is about you being your authentic self. Friends, as a channel creator, as a content creator on YouTube, you are your brand. It is your channel for you to do it how you want to do it on your channel. Sure, I often say there's not much that is new under the sun, but the thing that makes people subscribe to your channel and not someone else's, or in addition to other adjacent channels within your same niche, is they like the way that you do it. They like how you show up in these YouTube streets. The reason why I invite people to come and co-host the show with me is because we're not in competition with each other. You can't be Kendy K all day, and I can't be Crazy Kid. You're only limited.
You really don't want to be Crazy Kid.
You think you gotta love Crazy Kid. You're just a crazy kid in your life.
Yeah, you don't want to have to live with what goes on in this on a daily basis.
Okay, friend, I hear you, crazy. We trust me. We believe you, crazy kid. So be yourself. Be yourself. That is probably one of the best tips that crazy kid and I can give you about doing live streams. We're gonna run back through all 6 tips here in just a moment. But
I have one more tip.
Bonus. That's what I've got that word bonus up here, because I knew that there were so many other tips that were going to come in through the chat. So if you have some more tips for content creators that they should think about when they go live, before they go live, we'll start with Crazy Kid, and that'll give everyone a time to get some written in the chat to talk about next. Go ahead, take it away.
One extra bonus tip, and this is something that I get asked a lot. How do I get over the nerves of just speaking to the camera? And my answer has always remained the same. Find a photo of your best friends or the people that you love talking to, that you're most comfortable talking to. Take that up underneath the camera and talk to your friends. Talk to the picture. It's going to look like you're talking right to the camera, but you're talking to the picture. Talk to your friends in the picture. Present your material. You can do this for your live stream. You can do this for your recorded content. But until you really start getting comfortable with just speaking to the camera, put a picture of the people that you love the most underneath that camera and have a conversation with them. Present your material to them. And, all of a sudden you'll start getting more and more and more comfortable with just speaking to the camera. And you're going to see the quality of your videos just kind of, like skyrocketing.
Thank you. Pro tips. Talk to the camera as if, during a live stream, as if you're talking to a trusted, known friend. I love that as a pro tip. And you've mentioned that before when you co-hosted this stream with me before. Here is another pro tip coming straight to us from another content creator, Juicy and Raw with Lala, plant-based nutrition. She offers this as a bonus, a pro tip, because y'all, we have so many content creators who are not co-hosting this stream today, but they're in that chat to collaborate, to network, to drop their channel link so that others can view their content. And hopefully, if they like their content, hopefully they'll subscribe to those channels. But Lala offers this pro tip. She says, anticipate questions and create content around those. I think I just did a version of that, Lala, because I that those bonus tips that we're talking about right now, and Crazy Kid said, Kendy K, I've got another tip for folks to think about as they're going live, and that is the nervousness. One way to minimize that is to pretend as if, he said, physically place a picture. Such a pro tip. Place a picture of one of your good friends or just below that lens on your camera, your phone, however you're doing your live stream, and that will help you because it'll be like you're talking to your friends. Focus your eyes, and it'll keep your eyes just straight ahead as well. Such a pro tip. And Juicy and Raw with Lala is also
along with that, anticipate questions. Also, try and structure your live streams to invoke questions. Because the more participation you have in your live streams, the more people are communicating with you and you're engaging back with them. That back and forth engagement tells YouTube that your content is worthy of being pushed out to more people.
Yeah, this stream is growing. This stream is growing for a couple of reasons. Because Crazy Kid joined as a co-host. So we have folks entering through different doors now. And so folks are entering, and here's one of the folks who just recently entered. Dave says, hey, bro, to you, Crazy Kid, entered through your door, through that doorway. And we've got so many friends are gathering. So Crazy Kid, we know, is gaining watch hours, just like I'm gaining watch hours for holding this live stream. That's what we're here for, friends, to collaborate and grow our channels. We're just talking a shop. We are talking a shop about tips, things we should be thinking about, and so that we can have successful live streams. Lala gives us another tip, and she said to anticipate your questions, but also she's offering as a bonus tip, have key points. When you go live, make sure you have a topic, a purpose. What are you going to do today? Okay. Yep. What is the purpose? So Crazy Kid, let's give them some examples. When was your last live? Or tell us when you have your next live coming up, and what is your intended topic? Tease it a little bit.
My live streams are usually Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or like right now it's 1:30 in the afternoon. So, 7 hours from this particular point on Monday. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do a live stream this week coming up because I'm going to have a house full of guests. It's just something that happens on Civic Holiday. Here in Canada, I just have a bunch of people. I have a bunch of friends over. We play some card games and whatever like that. And who knows when they're going to leave? So, and who knows what kind of shape I'm going to be in, because I might be partaking in a few adult beverages.
Hey,
my birthday's the next day. So,
okay. Happy early birthday! Happy early birthday!
The week that just went by was basically just a rush decision. I just wanted to catch up and do some cleanup on updates, what's going on with my channel, and just let people know that I'm still here, I'm still alive, still kicking. Just it was just one of those things where it's just I really didn't have a topic last week, but the week before that we did a topic about what's your pet peeves, and one of my pet peeves is people that tell me they're going to be there at a certain time and then they're late all the time. That drives me up the wall.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden people started chiming in on what their pet peeves are. And that live stream was actually triggered by a bus ride that I had earlier in the week. Somebody asked me why I don't have any pets. And I was like, just comically, just because stuff rolls out of my face without me even being able to stop it. And I just said,
Crazy Kid. We know that's why we love Crazy Kid.
I just looked at this person and I said, I have pet peeves and they keep me busy enough. The only fortunate part is I don't have to feed them and I don't have to clean up after them. So
I know that's right. um, but see, because you would be a responsible pet owner, and everyone is not a responsible pet owner who cleans up after their pet. But
yeah,
great pro tip. Thank you, Lala, for the pro tip. Lala is a content creator, so she does lots of live streams, and she does. I'm crowning her one of the queens of shorts in these YouTube streets. Her shorts are amazing,
yeah. Last
amazing,
time I dropped
amazing
shorts, I
content.
became single, so I don't
Oh,
drop shorts no more.
okay, I heard that. I hear and moving on because we've got more questions coming from the chat because the content creators and those who might even just be thinking about becoming a content creator are asking questions, and I want to get as many of those done here for this episode of Shop Talk. We are talking a shop about how things we need tips, things to do, things to consider, manage these things before you go live. Do you plan your lives? I'll take it first, and then we'll pass it off to my co-host, Crazy Kid. Absolutely, I plan my lives because let me tell you why. Let me tell you why Kendy K plans her lives. Number one is because I want to help the YouTube algorithm gather the right viewers for my content. So I want to create a thumbnail that talks about going live and that I'm going to be sharing tips for going live. I want to have words in the description box about going live and the all important hashtags, which helps the algorithm find the correct audience for your content. Those are the reasons why I plan my live streams. Are you able to plan every live stream? No. Something, it might be breaking news. It might be some reason why you need to pop on live and share some content with your viewers and your subscribers. But in most cases, friends, I loved that about Crazy Kid. Did y'all pick up those pro tips? He has a schedule for when he intends to go live. And he said it's going to be about the same time tomorrow. He is going to have his own live stream on his channel. And then
Mondays only.
Mondays only. Mondays only. So I love that's a pro tip. That is the kind of consistency that will help grow your channel because then your viewers or your subscribers know when to expect new content or new live streams from you. So yes, I plan lives, but Crazy Kid, talk a little bit more about that.
It's a great idea to plan your life. So this way here, not only like Kendy said, and I fully agree with what you said, make your thumbnail. That thumbnail is clickable. That's your clickbait. You're fishing with that thumbnail. Make your description in your description box. Let people know what you're talking about. Let people know that they're going to be in the right place at that particular time that goes live. And the replay value allows you to let people know that this is the video that they want to watch. Number 3 is planning your lives, planning the topic of your lives allows you to stay along that track. It's like you're creating a live recording of a piece of content that's going to be used forever and ever and ever and ever. But stick to the topic. Once it starts going off the rails, it's time to shut it down. Because now all of a sudden when the information in the body of the video no longer matches the topic of the thumbnail and the description, now all of a sudden it's a different piece of content, and that's where your YouTube algorithm starts falling off. But make your topic, make your thumbnail, make them all different, and make sure you stick to the topic. I know a creator who makes a thumbnail that looks exactly the same as all his other thumbnails, makes a topic that he wants to talk about. He has a general description that he copies and pastes, and it basically says nothing about what the information is going to be about. And then he goes out and does his little walk, and he just says what the topic is, and then rants about 70 different other things. that's not making good content. That's making basically just drama, instant karma kind of content. It's not the kind of stuff you want to do. You want to be intentional. The more intentional you are with your content and your topics, the more people will appreciate your channel.
Thank you, Gemini Diva, for sharing that question. Do you plan your lives? Crazy Kid it just said yes and gave us really clear and compelling reasons for why you should plan your content. Because, friends, it's not just about the live stream. That same live stream can be made public and will become evergreen content if you want it to be. And so stay on topic, stay focused, anticipate, right, the conversation so that you can plan opportunities for folks to connect around the content. Think about talking points. Yes, the reason why we do live streams is for the spontaneity of it. We want it to be a back and forth. We want it to be more of like a conversation. But friends, you are your brand. You are representing your brand, and you want folks to know, wow, that was so insightful. Wow, there really were so many creators and soon to be creators in the chat, chopping it up, connecting, sharing out their channel links. I was able to share my channel link. And friends, all you have to do is type I'm putting my channel link back in the chat right now, even though I'm up here on the stage with my co-host, the Crazy Kid. I am constantly sharing my channel link so that folks can become a member of the Kendy K's crew, or just subscribe. You can subscribe for free, and Kendy K now has a newsletter. And if you want that newsletter to get pro tips to your email, go ahead and connect with that, because that link is being dropped as well through the chat. If you want to be a member of Kendy K's K Squad, that is free. That is free. But memberships to the crew are just 99 cents, y'all. So with that in mind, so that we can stay focused, I'm going to back it up, and I want to share with my co-host. Let's walk back through the tips. Let's walk back through these tips. And if you all have any bonus tips to add, go ahead and drop them in the chat. Thank you, Gemini Diva, for the great question. Thank you. Gemini Diva is a new content creator as well, trying to get to 50 subscribers so that she can go live on her own channel. Friends, tip number 1 is to test your technology. Remember that you can go live for free using YouTube's technology for live streams. All that is required are 50 subscribers to your channel as a content creator. Y'all, but test it out. Remember, you have 3 ways to post content. You can post it publicly, out to the public. Anybody in the world can click on your link and go live with you when you have 50 subscribers as part of your channel. Or you can have it unlisted, where you give the link only to those people you want to be able to access it. I often use an unlisted link so that I can test things out when I'm trying them for the first time. If it's going to be your first time going live, do an unlisted link and share that with friends in your community or your friends and family, so they can tell you, your sound is not working good at all, or you don't have enough light. We can hardly see you, right? Or we can't hear you very well. Those things, test those things out. Test your technology. Another way to stream. This stream is powered by StreamYard, and I intentionally use StreamYard for Shop Talk because it allows my co-hosts to gain watch hours on their channel at the same time. But you can actually, if it was me and Crazy Kid, YouTube would allow me and Crazy Kid to collaborate on a live stream together as well, right? But in order to get the watch hours and allow that for co-hosts, that is why I use StreamYard. Y'all, go ahead, take it away with tip number 2. I'll let you kind of recap that.
I'm gonna add to test your tech. You can actually, before you really go, feet first, so to speak, with getting your lives out there. One thing in test your tech is to do private live streams just for yourself, just to get that extra added comfort level. So this way here, you can see how, you know, how things are going and how you look at the camera and how you know, how your lighting looks and everything. And then that bleeds into tip number 2, doing, you know, making sure you got good lighting. For the longest time, these 3 lights that I had weren't here. So it would be dark. You would not see this half of my face. Now that I've got these 3 extra lights, now all of a sudden my body seems to be pushed forward and the background pushed backwards. So good lighting will help, you know, create depth perception, and you know, having a background. I'm eventually going to get a green screen to go in the background to get rid of all that stuff, and just have something, you know, kind of interesting going on in the background. But that's for another day. I'm still working on that kind of stuff. But good lighting, being able to see your full expression, to see how friendly you are, to see, you know, when you're laughing, when you're, you know, your emotions about what you're talking about. That will also help bring up your viewers when they see how passionate you are about something. When they see how, you know, emotionally involved with the video that you're creating or the live stream that you're having. That will help bring the audience in more, because they all of a sudden relate more to that emotion. So just make sure you got that people can see you.
Yeah, and it's a little thing. We think it's a no-brainer, but it's not, friends. I've got a ring light right in front of me, right behind my laptop. So, and I don't know if you noticed this, I even moved forward because I wasn't close enough to my ring light. I also have my blinds open in my little makeshift studio office here. And it's because I was trying to get more light in. You want light in front of you, friends, not behind you. You don't want the light shining from behind you. You want it in front of you. If you don't have a ring light yet, friends, you can literally get a ring light for $10 or less, or for sure for $20 or less. Check Amazon for your ring light. That's where I got mine. And y'all, I've had this since the pandemic. Because I use a ring light every time for work when I'm in Zoom meetings and stuff for work purposes. And so I needed more light. If I'm leading a meeting, I need a light. And so, y'all, I'm using that same ring light for content creation. I pay for it. It's mine. So, you know, keep that in mind. If you don't have a ring light, y'all, just take a lamp. Put a lamp in front of you. Take the shade off of the lamp if you can. Just get some more light on your face. Y'all, frankly, I'm okay with the background I have right now. Y'all, it is a picture that the walls were recently painted, and they told me to let the walls dry or cure for as long as I could before I hung stuff on the walls. And so that's the painting that should be hung on the walls, and I haven't hung it up yet. And so, hey, it's a good enough background for now. It gives you a little something to look at, and then it's my dress form. It's my dress form, and I just put it there. It used to be on this side, but I moved it to this side so that it wouldn't blend in with my black hair so much. So, yeah, good lighting matters. And then tip number 3, right with the background. I'm already talking about backgrounds. That is tip number 3, is check your background. Make sure when you have windows in your background, you kind of need to have blinds and curtains on those windows, because you don't want the light behind you. So be careful if you are recording in front of a window. Make sure that does not affect the visual image of you, the content creator, is what I would tell you. Anything else about backgrounds for tip 3, or else we'll go on to the recap of tips 4 through 6. Go ahead, there.
I got my dining room table behind me. I always got to make sure that I don't have any, you know, dirty dishes or, you know, things that I don't want in the video on my table. So I got to, you know, kind of position things, you know, like if I have some paperwork or whatever like that, I position them so that they're hidden by chairs, or I just take them completely off and put them someplace else. But make sure that behind you is not a complete and utter mess, because that'll transform into that'll be on the video forever. So just kind of keep a mental image of how neat and tidy it is behind you.
Yeah. And just for transparency, because y'all, this is our makerspace. We are just talking shop. Things to think about before episode 16 is all about things to think about and consider before you go live. Before you go live, because it's going to be out there. It's going to be out there forever and ever. But then you don't want to lose the opportunity for the footage. You can make it go private, but when it goes private, there go the watch hours that go along with that. So be careful of that as well. Friends, the reason why I'm not recording, y'all know Kendy K is always in the kitchen because I get better lighting in the kitchen. But the reason why I'm here is because we got some things going on in the kitchen. The dishes have not been washed. They've not been put in the dishwasher either. So Kendy K just coming right in here and turn the ring light on in here. Because again, I don't want that to be a distraction. And so glad, again, great co-host, the Crazy Kid. I appreciate you coming up and co-hosting this stream with me. Friends, if you have other bonus tips, go ahead and drop them in the chat. Or if you have questions, we are recapping it now. And let me get the next set of tips up on there for us. You want to do that one first, or you want me to go first there, Crazy Kid?
I'll let you go with the audio is everything.
Okay. So people, audio is everything. I am using my AirPods that go with my iPhone 15 Pro Max. I did not even know, y'all, this is literally in real time. I did not even know that I could use my AirPods, which is an Apple product, with my HP laptop until yesterday. Googled it, and you can find out everything by Google or YouTube. It's funny how they are related to each other, and they're now one thing, falling under different divisions. But y'all, friends, so yeah, it's working fine for me, and right now I only have one AirPod in my ear because the other one fell on the ground, and I haven't wiped it off yet because I don't want to get allergies from it. But anyway, I digress. Audio is everything, and so consider some external lapel mics or AirPods, or I've even used wired headphones, friends, or wireless. It doesn't matter, but make sure if people can't hear you, then that they're probably going to click away because they want to be able to hear, they want to laugh with you, and so yeah, make sure that you've got good audio.
Yeah. And along with that, make sure you test your audio every single time before you hit record. Make sure that audio is on. And I know from personal experience, and I'm almost embarrassed to admit this, I usually just leave my lapel mic right next to my computer, just in case, in situations like this where, a friend says, "Hey, come on up and help me discuss this topic you know a little bit about." Okay, I just pin it on me, and then away I go. I've had situations where the lapel mic battery has died mid-sentence. Make sure if it's wireless, make sure it's got good charge. If it's not wireless, make sure it's plugged in, turned on to the right levels. Make sure your balance is right. Take about 10 or 15 minutes to go through and make sure your audio, visual, everything is going to be the way you want it to be. This is your chance to basically relax before you start presenting. Make yourself more comfortable, knowing that everything is on point. And especially with the audio, if people can't hear your material, blank air gets X's on the screen. You end up seeing people clicking off your video when you start having dead air.
Yeah, dead air does not grow your viewership or convert viewers into subscribers. I fully agree. Thank you for co-hosting this stream with me, Crazy Kid. So we're moving on to, so audio is everything. Do what you can, friends, to address the audio issues when you can. Tip number 5, address for success. We've talked about that once. So this is the review of the tips for episode 16 of Shop Talk. Things to do before you go live to help you stay cool and calm and confident to have a successful live stream. Dressing for success. Y'all, I'm a woman of a particular age. I may have a hot flash at any moment. So I'm usually I have on layers or long sleeves, but then I can, if I need to, I can take some of that stuff off. But now I told you I was just outside with the lawn man. So I'm in a t-shirt and glad that I am. And then I came in and I had turned that fan on. I had to turn the ceiling fan on. So I hope that you're not hearing too much of that, but it's kind of quiet. It's pretty quiet. Yeah. So keep that in mind. Anything else on dressing for success? I would say solids work better than my stripe, but my stripes are very small. But a solid color tends to do better on camera.
Well, a solid or a thick striped shirt will work good. Don't wear anything with profanity on it, because as soon as, if anybody makes a fuss about it, that entire video is going to be gone, and your watch hours will be gone as well. So make sure that you're not wearing something that has offensive language, offensive images, and stuff like that. Dress like you're going to go out and talk to somebody important in your life. You're not going to dress in like a shirt full of holes, or you're not going to show up naked to go and impress your boss. You're gonna actually have something on. Make sure it's something clean. Make sure it's something appropriate.
Yeah, dress appropriately. Dress appropriately for the conversation you're about to have. Dress appropriately for the topic, and dress appropriately for the climate and the culture you're trying to, for the vibe you're trying to create on your channel. Dress for that. But you're right. Be aware of any offensive language, because if you offend, then you're going to get drama on your channel that is not positive, and you really don't want that. Friends, many friends are trying to get to partial monetization and then on to full monetization and beyond. And you don't want your name wrapped around anything like that. You don't want strikes, or you don't even want, warnings to you on your channel. I don't, at least I don't. So,
I get copyright claims on my channel all the time, but they mean nothing.
Yeah. Because of how you're doing covers for music.
I'm using other people's content and adding content to that content. But you gotta avoid strikes, avoid complications with people saying that your channel is offensive. If your channel is friendly like Kendy K's is, you got no worries. So, just make sure that what you're wearing conveys the message that you're approachable, you're friendly, you're knowledgeable. I'm not saying wear a graduate gown or nothing like that, but just wear something that other people will see as casual. Casual dress is basically king on YouTube.
Yeah, casual is king, and it's you, y'all. You are your brand, so convey that. I've seen a lot of folks get some something with their channel name on, so that hey, that's good marketing, and I plan to do that in short order myself, because it's really, there's nothing new under the sun, but you do it and you put your stamp on it for your channel. Tip number 6 is be yourself. I can't be Crazy Kid, and Crazy Kid cannot be Kendy K all day.
I don't have a smile like that.
That smile brings them to the knees, Crazy Kid. It brings them to the knees. Um, y'all, be yourself. Be yourself. There is something about you and how you show up in the world that people want to hear. Crazy Kid, I heard you say, how many subscribers do you have?
Roughly 2,900.
There
Let me
are
just take a quick
29.
check.
There are 2,900
2893.
folks, 2893 who 2,893 people who love a Crazy Kid and how he shows up in these YouTube streets. Wow, hashtag a channel goals. So thank you for joining this live stream today. You have offered us a very unique perspective, Crazy Kid. Thank you for joining me again to co-host. This is not your first time co-hosting the stream with me, and I hope that it won't be your last. So just be yourself, for friends. If nothing else, just be yourself, and that'll be much easier than you to pretending to be something inauthentic and that you are not. Authenticity is what YouTube is after. And frankly, so is AdSense, those folks who put ads attached to your long format content and even some of your live streams. Y'all, so keep it kosher, y'all. Do what works for you, and I hope that you have gained something from these tips. I'll give you some of the final comments there, Crazy Kid.
When it comes to being yourself, every person was made to be unique. Use that uniqueness to make your channel much different than anybody else in your same niche, in your same collective space. Just be you. If you can't be you, then your channel's not going to be about you, and it's not going to really grow that good. But I want to thank you, Kendy K, for inviting me on the panel again and having fun. And I want to wish you and your viewers many, many blessings and a lot of love.
Well, thank you, Crazy Kid. It's always a pleasure. And you can come back and hang out with us anytime. And I can't wait to get over to your channel and hang out with
you're more than welcome.
And I'll be over there. I will be over there hopefully today. I will be right over there. I've got to finish my work day first because y'all, this is my lunch hour. This is why we're having a lunch and learn edition, because I work full time and I'm just a part-time content creator. But thank you all for joining me. If you did like something, if you heard some tips, if you were able to network and share out your channel link, do us a favor, drop down and hit that like button. And if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. This is Kendy K all day. And y'all, we are over and out. Don't forget, you can join Kendy K's crew, and that's crew with a K. Goodbye for now.